Soldiers in the West African nation of Benin have announced on national TV that they have ousted President Patrice Talon and seized power. A message from the French embassy in Benin said gunfire had been reported near the residence of the president in the main city of Cotonou. The soldiers also announced a suspension of the constitution, the closure of all land borders as well as the country's airspace. But officials close to the president say he is fine and that the small group of soldiers at the TV station did not have the backing of the regular army. The situation is under control. A large part of the army is still loyalist, and we are taking over the situation, Foreign Minister Shigun Ajadi Bakari told Reuters news agency. An unnamed person in the presidency told the AFP news agency. This is a small group of people who only control the television. The city and the country are completely secure. According to the statement read out by the soldiers, Lieutenant Colonel Tigri Pascal will be leading a military transition council. They justified their actions by criticizing President Talon's management of the country. Talon, 67, is due to step down next year after completing his second term in office, with elections scheduled for April. A businessman known as the King of Cotton, he first came to power in an election in 2016. He had promised not to seek a third term and had already named a successor. The French embassy has urged its citizens to stay indoors for their safety. Benin has been regarded as one of Africa's more stable democracies. It is the continent's largest cotton producers, but ranks among the world's poorest countries. This apparent coup in Benin comes just over a week after Umaro Sissoco Embalo was overthrown as president in nearby Guinea-Bissau. In recent years, there have been several coups in West Africa, including in Burkina Faso, Guinea, Mali, and Niger, heightening fears that the security of the region could worsen. Benin has seen a rise in jihadist activity in recent years, as groups linked to Islamic State and Al-Qaeda spread to the south.
Product in West Africa coming from Europe. But this is no longer possible. Why this has happened? Maybe the fact that actually this transition from Mr. Talon to a newly elected president next year was not seen as something as genuine. People believe that is the Medvedev-Putin type of transition where Mr. Talon will put a figurehead in his place and continue running the show from behind the scene. So this is something, this fake type of democracy that may have prompted the military to stage this coup. Whether they will succeed or not is early to say, because only what we know is that they've tried. Will they succeed? It is not new in West Africa, because recently we have heard there is a coup in Guinea-Bissau with the advent of the military taking over from Sissoko Embalo, the embattled president of that country, to the point that the ECOWAS, the regional body, economic community of West African states, was due to convening a meeting, a summit of heads of state on 14th of December to discuss the coup in Guinea-Bissau. Most likely they will have to discuss also the problems afflicting the West African region in terms of military intervention, eruption in the region, from Benin, from Guinea-Bissau to Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso. The time of military coup is back in West Africa, and I think that there is a need to seriously address the root cause, not the symptoms of these coups, in order to see whether really the democracy would be a reality or not in West Africa.
Adama, with all that in mind, what is that root cause in your belief?